last night I had a dream, and it was about something that I have been asking God about, to reveal to me if it's of me, if it's my will, or if it's His. And I dreamed about it for a while last night. Even when I woke up and went back to sleep, that dream still came to me. So now that I hear that I'm speaking from Him, I mean, I kind of feel that I have the confirmation that it's of Him and is what He desires of me to do. I still have that hesitation, only because I feel so many times that I just really, really need a clear answer that God, this is you. Because I had to think back to what I thought about or what was on my mind when I went to bed, and this was not. So that's why I feel like my subconscious did not take over. This is truly His voice speaking to me. Because not only in this dream, I was in the position, but I was able to see the downsides of it, the bad parts of it, not the good parts, but it's like this is what it can look like. And to be honest, it's expected, It's not something that I cannot handle. So I think I'm gonna focus on that today. And what I will say, when you're going and you're getting closer to God and you're reading your word and learning to hear His voice, you're gonna go through an uncomfortable time. You're gonna go through the wilderness season. But like I just heard in a video, the reason that He has to put you in that wilderness season is because you have to unlearn, relearn, and transform. And a lot of things that I was uncertain about, that I needed to eliminate in my life, I asked God to reveal those things to me. I asked Him to forgive me for those things that I have done knowingly or unknowingly. And through that process, He's been bringing up memories of certain things. And I'm like, yeah, that wasn't right. I got to repent for that, because He did it on yesterday. I was like, dang, I forgot all about that. And throughout this walk, and you getting to understand that everything happens in the spiritual realm, and I have acknowledged that the spirit of Jezebel and the spirit of Leviathan has been on me. Leviathan. Yes, and while asking for that forgiveness, I also have to pray against the spirit of Jezebel and the spirit of Leviathan, because everything happens in the spiritual realm first. And once you acknowledge that, you know where you have to fight at. And in order to fight it, you're going to have to pray. Sometimes you may have to go into a fasting period, but you're going to have to get into your word, because you also want to hear from God during that process. And so right now, while I'm going through the wilderness, when I feel that I'm at the point to start relearning, or I'm in the process of constantly, I've relearned everything that I need to relearn, He reminds me, oh, hold on, sister. Come on back. Not so fast. You still have some things that you have to let go of. And until you can let go of those things, I can't take you to the next season. I can't take you to that next level, because there's some things still right here that you have to unlearn, relearn, and transform in. So, oh man, as these things come to you, make sure that you're writing it down. I have been keeping a journal off and on, or just taking notes in my phone, because when I do get past it, I want to cross it off. I need to visually see it being crossed off, because I no longer want to go back there. And the only way to not go back there is you have to acknowledge that you were there and allow God to reveal to you why it was against His will, or not what He desired for your life. And once you acknowledge that, and you realize what that was, then you start working towards being a better you and letting His light shine through you. And also, what I did realize, when I was still holding on and participating in certain sins, God's voice was very quiet. He's not going to compete for your time, for your attention, and for you to do. He's going to allow you to live the way that you want to. You have to make a choice to live according to Christ. And that's the decision that I've made. So in this process, He's building me. He's building this lukewarm Christian into where he needs me to be, because now I'm ready to walk into my purpose. And I also heard something on last night where they were talking about once you submit over to him and you get to the end of life, that lets you know that whatever problem he sent you here to solve has been taken care of. So that kind of was an eye opener for me. I never thought about it. And it's like I don't want to rush the process. So I just ask for his strength during this time and for his guidance in this time. And it's amazing how he put such a support system around me and people that I can go to and people that I can talk to, because a lot of times you feel, because you've never spoken about God with these people, you feel like they don't believe. But everybody is in the same position because they don't know who they can talk to. They don't know if that person is going to be receptive of them talking about God. But when he starts revealing it to me, because I asked him to correct my environment, that pretty much meant anybody that should not be here, remove them. Anyone that should be here, make it obvious to me. Because during this process, I'm looking for mature counsel. People that have already gone through the wilderness and navigated or been discipled. So I leave that with you all today. Take inventory of your life. If you're wanting to change with God, it's one thing to know the word, to read the word, but it's a whole different ballgame when you start to live the word, walk in the word. So just take evaluation of some of those things that you need to remove in your life, some of those things that, and when you start asking God to transform you and to renew you, oh man, he's going to present some things that you're going to be like, dang, wasn't ready for that. So yeah, just be ready. Ask him for strength through this process. Because it's a process. It's a heavy road, but it's not impossible. And all you have to do is take one step, and he will surely do the rest. So you all have a blessed day. Good morning. Happy Friday. So this morning's message came from Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9. And it says that two people are better together than one because they can help each other succeed. And this has always been a struggle for me. I guess it comes from, the first almost 8 years of my life, I was the only child. And even growing up, because we seemed, even though we were both millennials, it just seemed that when we were always in two different phases of life. She was in elementary school, I was in high school. So when I went on to college, she was in middle school. So it was still me walking by myself, pretty much, or that's the way it felt. And I never liked to do group work. I hate group projects because a lot of times the interpretation or the understanding that I got from the teacher always differ from the people in the group. So either I'm not going to participate or I'm just going to let you all do it. And if we end up looking stupid, that's going to make me mad. But I don't like group work. I prefer to do my own, and maybe we can collaborate at the end on it, but just to be amongst a group is difficult for me. But I am learning as I'm on this walk with Christ. I am realizing that he kind of directs me to people. And when I talk to them about certain things and I open up to them about certain things, they're able to give positive feedback. They're able to give constructive criticism. We can feed off each other, and it's not feeling so isolated. And it's necessary in this process, because two of the things that I've asked God for is for him to correct my environment and also to send me community of supportive people, because as I'm on this journey, there are questions that I have, or there are situations and instances that I want to have someone to talk through it with that understands, that's on this journey or has been on this journey, and they're further along in the process and they can help me to navigate. So I'm starting to learn that I guess community is a part of God's will for us to, you know, be in communion with and be in fellowship with other people, with like-minded individuals and like other believers, and not to always be so isolated. So it's a process for me, but I can say as long as I ask God for direction before I speak to certain people, it's amazing how He sends the right ones to give me the right word, the right message, or like, yep, that's what I was missing. Or even in an instance last week, it was somebody that overheard the conversation and they came in, and I was just like, thank you, Holy Spirit, because it spoke directly to those questions that I have or those insecurities that I was feeling. They spoke directly to that. So be mindful of pushing people away. I'm still going to be the same person. I'm not going to allow everybody into my space, but I also ask God for discernment, for Him to show me who belongs and who is not. And a lot of times when I can pretty much decipher information, because I'm a fact check it. I'm a fact checker before I move forward with it anyway. And so I have to approve. That comes from me not really trusting people. So even though, I trust in God, I don't always trust in humans. So I just want to put that on somebody's mind today. Like you say, this two people are better than one, and you can help the other succeed. So don't always look at somebody else's competition. Your only competition should be yourself. You should be trying to be better than you was on yesterday every day that you're moving forward. So nobody else is a competition, but always pray and ask God for discernment about that person. Don't just go and jump on and partner up with anybody. Now, this can be in relationships, this can be in working environments, this could even be within your family. Like, you love your family, but that doesn't mean that you have to be close friends with that person. But I hope you all have a great Friday. I'm ready to get it over with. Um, it wasn't too bad of a week. It was my birthday week. I had the first 2 days of the week off, so I only went to work today. I made 3 days, so it's been okay. It hasn't been rough at all. Um, but I don't know. I'm just ready for the weekend. I like not having to give myself a bedtime, even though let my body fall asleep when it wants to fall asleep. Not me make it go to sleep because I got to get up early in the morning. So yes, that's what I look forward to on the weekends, to be able to stay up and get up when I want to, because I don't have anything planned for this weekend. And so I pretty much won't be doing much. So I'll talk to you guys later.